Hey, what's up, guys? Today, I want to talk about NIO's delivery numbers really quick. This is a short video. Mr. P, the guy over in China, he put out a video this morning letting everybody know the delivery numbers or the delivery numbers that Li Auto puts out once a week. Shows that NIO has low delivery numbers on Onvo and on the NIO brand. And I think the Onvo brand, I'm not sure if it's just the NIO brand or the Onvo brand, both, but the reason is because they're having battery shortages with the 800 or the 80 megawatt hour battery. And they're having supply chain shortages with that battery. It's causing customers to get a delay into getting their car. They have the 60 megawatt hour, I think, battery, but not the 80. But anyway, I just want to skip to what my point is. My point is, I don't care that much because delays, supply chain delays, and stuff happen. What's the bigger thing for me is the amazing thing for me is it completely validates why battery swap is necessary because it's easy to swap out the battery later. Like, duh. I get it. Some people might be like, oh, you're just trying to spin it because they had low delivery number. No, first of all, the month's not over. That's first thing. So these are insurance registrations. And yes, they're based on how many cars get delivered, but the month's not over. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe they won't hit their targets. We don't know. But either way you look at it, to me, it's a win for NIO because it validates the fact that you can even swap out the battery. You can be like, hey, we're having supply chain shortages. And if you ordered this size battery, it doesn't matter because we can give you the one you want later when we get it in. I just, yeah, to me personally, it makes me highly bullish or validates the use case for a battery swap. Whether there's an issue with the battery and you need to swap it out, or an issue like this with sales where they don't have the inventory and they have to sell you another battery temporarily until they get the new one in. But the biggest thing is for issues with batteries. If you have a mass recall, anything like that, and for some reason the physical battery needs to be changed, it's easier for NIO to deploy newer, better batteries to swap stations. It's easier for them to, like, if you had a mass recall of 500,000 vehicles, which is about what NIO has on the market right now. They have like 600,000, almost 700,000 vehicles. If you had a mass recall of all those vehicles, it's easier to go to all your swap stations and put in new batteries or whatever the case may be, or to get those updated than to have every customer come into a service center. Assuming that was the case, but you probably would never have a situation like that in particular. But the point that I'm trying to make is, on the off chance that your battery does have an issue because NIO has identified something through their software or whatever, they can alert just those customers and let them know, hey, go swap out your battery. So, yeah, so they're having supply chain whatever. So, I mean, if you tell me they're having an issue with the sales, like demand, okay, that'd be different. But are customers going to be upset? Yeah, but most people will get over it and understand it. Very small select people won't understand it. They'll probably won't want the car. They'll go get another car or something. That's fine because supply chain shortages are temporary. It's the catch. It's temporary. Also, over the weekend, there's another guy named Laser. This guy on YouTube that does he does videos, technical analysis videos of stock charts, and he was doing a technical analysis of NIO, and he called it. He was like, NIO's due for a run. The battle for six is coming up, and sure enough, on Monday, boom, stock went through the roof. Now, he had been calling for six or the battle for six for a few weeks now or something. So a lot of people were saying, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, or you're not, your prediction or your analysis is not correct. And he was just pointing out, hey, my timing may not be correct, but I know it's going to happen. Now, some of you could say, well, Elliot, that doesn't matter because it could happen next year or next. No, he wasn't saying next year, 2 years. He's saying in the relatively immediate future, weeks to a month or so, maybe. Now, a lot of people know that the Chinese government just came out with a stimulus package on Monday, and that's the reason why NIO and a lot of other stocks went up. Fair enough. I mean, even if that's the case, still the Hang Seng was due for a correction, and Laser actually pointed that out in his video. He actually overlaid the Hang Seng chart with NIO, XPeng, Alibaba, few other charts, and they all follow the Hang Seng. And he was saying, if you watch the Hang Seng, if it goes up, it's going to lift all tides. And he was correct. What's going to happen in the future? We have no idea. But there's another guy on YouTube, Mr. Sicko Trading. He keeps talking about double bounce. So it bounced yesterday, and now it's down today. We'll see if it does the double bounce. I'm not sure in which time frame it has to do the double bounce, but quite a few people suspect that it will pull back and then continue on up. So we'll see. We don't know. We cannot predict the future, so we don't know. But I'm thinking it's going to go up. That's what I'm thinking. When, I don't know. Could be this week, could be next week. But I suspect, I will tell you this, if it continues to go up eventually, despite these delivery numbers, it further validates that it doesn't matter how much fundamental analysis you got in the world. If market makers want to keep stock down, they're keeping it down. It's staying down. Because even with NIO's delivery numbers and all this kind of stuff, the stock should be twice what it is, easily. Probably more like 15 to 20, to be honest. Just based on what they have going on right now. I mean, they're outselling Rivian like crazy. And Rivian stock is $10 last I checked, maybe a week or two ago. I'm not sure what it is today. But so fundamentals, it doesn't, to me, I think there is something to these charts and momentum and market makers and all this stuff I don't even understand. But, clearly it ain't about, just what you're selling. I mean, Tesla's selling less vehicles, or at least in China, they're, I think in America rather, as far as their overall numbers, they're struggling just to meet their numbers. They're coming out with all kinds of incentives and everything just to get the numbers up. So demand is not just like that. But Tesla stock is doing just fine. I don't know what it is today, but it's approaching $400 a share. It's not because their numbers are going through the roof. It ain't because of that. You could say, well, it's because of autonomous driving in the future and robo-taxis. So what? China got plenty of robo-taxis. BYD, a lot of China car companies are way ahead of Tesla. China as a whole is way ahead of the U.S. when it comes to robo-taxis. So as far as future earnings or future growth and all this, plenty of Chinese stocks should be right up there with Tesla, but they're not. And everybody knows why that is. So that's not even here or there. But the point that I'm making is that NIO stock, it is what it is. It'll go up when it goes up. I'll tell you that much. When China probably rebounds and a lot of their stocks will go up, NIO will go up too. And so will XPeng and Li Auto and a few others. So anyway, delivery numbers. So what? I don't care if they continue to sell 20,000 vehicles total per month. It's a lot of vehicles, and they can keep building out their swap stations. I would prefer as long as they don't need to release more shares or dilute. If they want to keep building out swap stations with cash they have coming in and cash on hand or whatever, I say go for it, because you're going to need those swap stations. You can't wait till you have 1 million cars on the road and then decide you're going to start building out. No, the swap stations need to be there. They need to be there. People, that's the incentive for buying the freaking car, is the ease of what you would be able to find a swap station, man. So no, they only have 600,000 cars out on the street right now. If you double that and they have twice as many, it's a lot more people swapping. 4 times, a lot more people swapping. They have 4 times as many cars right now. They'd be having issues with people probably with swapping capacity. So anyway, that's it for me. NIO, we'll look for the double bounce. Let's see if it happens. I'm curious myself. All right, peace.